It was never supposed to happen here. Two massive armies, over 150,000 men, stumbled into the bloodiest battle on American soil, all because of a search for shoes and a single, accidental shot. By June 1863, Confederate General Robert E. Lee was moving deep into Union territory. His target? Harrisburg, Philadelphia, perhaps Washington, D.C. itself. The Union's Potomac Army was scrambling in the dark, desperate to intercept him. Neither side planned to fight at this small market town, but Gettysburg was a crossroads where 12 major roads intersected. Whoever controlled this junction controlled the entire campaign. And on July 1st, the gears of fate locked into place. On the morning of July 1st, the greatest battle of the Civil War began. Union Brigadier General John Buford deployed his cavalry brigades west of Gettysburg. At 6 a.m., on Knoxland Ridge near Whistler's blacksmith shop, Sergeant Levi Schaefer spotted Confederate dust. Lieutenant Marcellus Jones took a Sharps carbine and fired the first shot from 700 yards away. This forced Henry Heth's Confederates to spend 2 full hours deploying into battle lines. Buford's 500 skirmishers on Hare Ridge delayed them for 45 minutes before falling back. By 10 a.m., Major General John Reynolds arrived with the infantry. The Iron Brigade double-quicked into line. Rushing into Herbst Wood, Reynolds shouted, "Forward, men! For God's sake, forward!" Seconds later, a bullet struck his neck, killing him instantly. Abner Doubleday took command. The Iron Brigade smashed James Archer's flank, and Private Patrick Maloney captured General Archer himself. But on the right, Cutler's brigade was crushed by Joseph Davis's men. Due to a missed order, the 147th New York stood alone for 30 minutes, losing 207 out of 308 men. Davis's troops rushed into an unfinished railroad cut, but the 6th Wisconsin trapped them there under devastating enfilade fire, forcing a mass surrender. At 11:30 a.m., a 2-hour lull settled over the field. Both sides scrambled for reinforcements. The Union line was reinforced by the 11th Corps under Major General Oliver Howard, who took overall command. He deployed his divisions north of the town, leaving Steinwehr on Cemetery Hill in reserve. Meanwhile, Ewell's entire corps descended from the north. General Robert E. Lee arrived at 2:30 p.m. Seeing the danger of a premature escalation, Lee initially told Heth, "No, I am not ready for a general battle today. Longstreet is not here." The lull shattered when Robert Rodes's Confederate division occupied Oak Hill. He launched an immediate assault on the Union right flank on Oak Ridge, sending O'Neill and Iverson forward. But the attack was uncoordinated. Iverson's brigade walked directly into a Union trap, losing 800 out of 1,350 men. Seeing Rhodes engaged, Lee changed his mind and permitted a full assault. Rhodes called upon Daniel and Ramseur to reinforce, pushing the Union defenders off Oak Ridge despite desperate resistance from Gabriel Paul's brigade, whose commander was shot through both temples. Henry Heth launched a massive assault. Pettigrew's North Carolinians slammed into the Iron Brigade, outflanking them in a bloody war of attrition. The 26th North Carolina lost 588 of its 839 men, including its young colonel, Henry Burgwin. On the Union side, the 24th Michigan was decimated, losing 399 out of 496 men and 9 consecutive flag bearers. The 151st Pennsylvania lost 72% of its strength. The entire Union front line on McPherson's Ridge was obliterated. At 3:30 p.m., Jubal Early's division struck the Union right flank along the Harrisburg Road. Gordon's Georgians stormed Barlow's Knoll, shattering von Gilsa's brigade. Schimmelpfennig's division collapsed under pressure from Doles's infantry. The 157th New York was surrounded, losing 75% of its men. General Howard ordered Custer's brigade forward to cover the route. They paid a terrible price. Over 300 men were captured, along with 2 guns, but they bought precious time. The Union 11th Corps was completely broken. By 4 p.m., the Union 1st Corps made a desperate stand at the Seminary. Pender's division advanced, and Scales' brigade charged the guns. They were met by 20 Union cannons firing double canister shot at point-blank range, just 15 feet away. Scales' brigade was instantly vaporized. However, Abner Perrin's brigade found a 50-yard gap in the Union line and broke through. The Union defense collapsed into a chaotic rout through the streets of Gettysburg. General Schimmelpfennig had to hide behind a woodpile in a local backyard for 2 days to avoid capture. The shattered remnants fled to Cemetery Hill, where Major General Hancock arrived to organize the defense. Lee ordered Ewell to take the hill if practicable, but Ewell hesitated and held his ground. Day 1 was over. It was a massive tactical victory for the Confederacy, convincing Lee to continue his offensive. But without full concentration, Lee had been drawn onto unfavorable ground. As Confederate raider John Mosby later wrote, "The success of the first day was a misfortune. It put the Confederates in the position of a fish that swallowed the bait with the hook inside."